So recently, I've been doing my research regarding the housing, condo, apartments, and rentals. So, as you may have noticed in Florida, since 10 years ago, things changed so quickly and it looks so different, the town that I live in. So when I first moved in here about 13 years ago, the place was like a retirement town. So it was very quiet, especially in the summertime. Used to be only the locals live here, and there was less traffic. Actually, I used to get bored. There was nothing a lot to do except for, going to the mall or to the beach or to the park. And um, so it was very slow paced city. So now it's looks like a city that's crowded, and the place that I used to live, that I moved from, and all that neighborhood became so noisy and industrial. And also, not far away from there is a small airport that people, you know, I guess the private jets, they fly. So it's constant airplane noise. And there was this apartment I used to live at. It was constantly going over these apartments. They had a line they used to use right above these apartments. And it used to happen every, I don't know, during the daytime a lot more than at night, but still it was noisy. So now the prices are so high, and I don't understand why everybody is asking so much for these places. So first of all, who wants to live in a place that's noisy, polluted, too much traffic, too many people? Now you have to wait in line if you have to go someplace. So what happens is, and then also there is a train. The train used to be a cargo train. So it used to be not bad. Maybe every 5 hours, there used to be like one train goes by, like a cargo, just for, things, not people. So now they build another train that goes all the way from Miami. It's going to go to Orlando. It doesn't make a stop where I am. But the thing is, it goes through this town, and there is passengers. So now there is more frequency. So that train goes back and forth between Miami and Orlando. I don't know where it stops in between, but it doesn't stop the towns in between where I am. It's not that many, but the thing is, you hear the train constantly, and then you hear the airplanes over your head. So that's another noise pollution. And then there is traffic. If you're close by that highway, there's like intersection crossing two highways, and there is 18 wheelers and trucks, businesses, like so much noise, and probably late at night. So that town that I used to live there at one time, it became like I go through there sometimes, not that often because it's far from where I am now. But the thing is, every time I go through there, it's like chaotic, and it's a small town, and the streets are like 2 lane, 3 lane. The highway, they're not that big of a highway. So if you go further, the highways are wider, but when you're in downtown area, it's so crowded and so much traffic. And I don't understand, when a city is like that, why they asking so much rent, and why they asking for the sale also. Like it's still expensive, and nobody's buying. So it's like it just sits there, and somebody's waiting for a miracle, or somebody who's gonna walk in and give them what they want, just because it's that city, and they want to be there. But it doesn't make sense if you buy something that's overpriced, and or if you're renting something that's overpriced. And I feel bad for the people who, if they're coming there for a job and their salary is gonna go just for the rent or for something similar. Yeah, that's very bad. And yeah, those people that they think, they can have somebody come from up north, and especially now everybody went back in May and June. So I don't understand why they're sitting there and hoping for somebody to come and, rent that place for so much money a month, um, in a noisy place and pollution and industrial town. If somebody's going to pay a lot of money, at least they want to be in a peaceful environment, maybe not too far from town, but at least they don't hear the constant noise throughout the day. And if they have to go someplace, they don't be stuck in traffic and deal with the stress. The whole point is you want to avoid the stress when you move into a new place, or you're trying to buy a new place. Otherwise, what's the point? You stay where you at, and you know and deal with the issues where you at. Why somebody moves into a new place? Because they want something better, not go backwards, get something worse. Does it make sense? I mean, yeah, I see those ads constantly renewing because I see them months after months, and yeah, and then it expires after a while, and they think their place is worth a lot more. And by the way, that I saw those apartments or condos. It says either rent or sell, so they have it both places. So either they want to rent it, they can't rent it because they're asking too much, and then they want to sell it for more, and nobody's buying. And the thing is also the location of the condo or the apartment. It's located between two neighbors, so you're gonna either side you sit. If you sit on this side of the wall, let's say that's the bedroom, you're gonna hear the neighbor's TV or whatever. If you go on that side, it's the living room or the other bedroom. So that's a bad location in the community as well. If somebody's looking for an apartment or a condo, so again, you have to look where it's located in the community. So, but people think, their place is so precious, and I know things went up in price, but now they went down. But still, people think their place is somewhat precious. Is they're gonna get the price that they made renovations, but you know some people, you have to, it's not what you want for it, it's what the market is you have to look at the comparables. That's what the realtor says. So you have to look what the other people are renting it for, what they're selling it for. It's not what you want for it, it's what other people are willing to pay for it. So you have to be reasonable, otherwise you'll just be sitting there and waiting till you turn to a skeleton, I suppose. So, but anyhow, that was a joke. Anyway, well, let me know if any of you is looking for a place, and you're seeing the same ad over and over again, renewing it, and yeah, so let me know. Share your story. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think. And this is what I have for you today. Please put a like and subscribe to my channel, and I see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.